Hello everyone, this is Storm11 here. Today we'll be looking at my winter forecast for 2018 for 2019. Now, it's been a while since my last one, but because my computer was not working really well, so yeah. Finally, I'm able to do one for you guys today. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. But we're going to be starting off a little bit differently here. We'll be looking at my forecast first, then the last one, because there's another YouTuber out there named Direct Weather. He makes really good forecasts. So shout out to him. And to his viewers, he asks his viewers about the thing about winter forecasts, and some people don't like to see like the models, they just want to see the forecast. And a lot of people do agree to show his winter forecast first. So I'm going to do that first. See how well it goes on this one. If it doesn't do that well, then I'll do the models first, like I originally do. Alright, let's go ahead and do my forecast here first. Here we are for temperatures. A little bits of changes here since the last one. So in the orange, we'll start with the orange. Will be above average temperatures. The yellow is slightly above average. Then in the blue, or the light blue, is slightly below average. The darker blue is below average, and the purple, however, is way below average temperatures. And I'll tell you guys why I have the purple in there for those areas and way below average temperatures. Stay tuned for that. Alright, let's look at precipitation forecast here. So I got below average precipitation for the northwest for the most part, and I do have a good chunk of the south and either slightly above average or above average for the most part of precipitation, while I got a small area up and around the Great Lakes region slightly below average precipitation, while a good chunk of the country here will be equal chances there. If y'all want to wonder why, stay tuned. Now for the snowfall forecast. Alright, so this is a little bit new here for the snowfall forecast. So in the light blue will be slightly above average, but in the blue though it's above average. And there's a chance there I may add way above average snowfall, and that'll be most certainly in the Ohio Valley up into the northeast region. But that's going to be soon. And let's go to the northwest. They'll be seeing slightly below average snowfall for the most part. Now, for temperatures, slightly above average. That's like a couple or a few degrees difference. So there's not too much of a difference here. Similar situation for snowfall. There isn't too much of a difference. If you're in like the slightly below average or below average, you'll still get to see some snow. It's just not going to be as much as on average. Is what it means there. Alright, so I'm going to let you all guys know that right now I'm going to go through everything that I'm going to talk about for the models, everything and the factors that I got for you guys. So, and I'll tell y'all the reasons why for this. If y'all don't want to see it, click off right now. If you want to see the models and stuff like that, stay tuned right now. Okay, let's go ahead and look at what the temperatures are right now. So, seems like we got El Nino trying to return. So we're going to go ahead and get my pen out here. Get the red here. So, right now, we do have little pockets of, here, let me get a different color. Below average, like right around here. Got another one right there. We got a couple right around there. We also got a little one right over there. as well. Give you all a closer look at it. Now they were not as bad as like back in the past. You know, it was a little bit a mess, but due to the trade winds. But it looks like El Nino is trying to return at this point. And if we go ahead and go on to the red here, we do have some concentration right in here. We do have some concentration in there, but we got a little bit of blue in between though. But the best area for it is actually right in the center here. And what does this mean for a center base El Nino like right in here? Well, I want to show you. It is called the El Nino Modoki. And El Nino Modoki looks like this. You got central base El Nino is basically what it means. You got cold waters coming off the coast of South America and just north of Australia. Right in right there. But the difference in an El Nino, though, this is what it looks like. It's more of an eastern based El Nino. You got really warm waters coming off from South America, and it's more like a tongue coming out from it. So yeah, and that's what it's kind of trying to trend towards. Now let's look at the 3.4 region. It is getting back into a El Nino stage. It's been a weak one, so I think officially right now it is a weak El Nino right now. So for the most part, so it's a weak El Nino for the most part. This is the 3.4 region, and it's really going up. And if you want El Nino Modoki, that's what you want to see in the 3.4 region. And I'll show you where that is. And that's the central base area. So let's look at the ENSO right here from the Climate Prediction Center. This was last updated on October 1st. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down. So there's an El Nino watch for right now. There is a 50 to 55% chance of El Nino during the Northern Hemisphere fall for this fall, and that's September through November, increasing to 65 and 70% during the winter of 2018 for 2019. So what it's giving us here, it could be either El Nino or it could be an El Nino Modoki. Right now, there's not been much going on for right now. And that's the summary right here. So we're going to pass that. Okay, well, actually, here we go. This is what's been going on for the past few months. That's on the top there. That's November 2017. We had a pretty good La Nina year. And now, right around here, we have a pretty good warming back in July, but then the trade winds has been them quite a bit, and the 3.4 region, which is right around here, it's been staying up for a while, so it's doing pretty good. Alright, here we go. Let's get to the better stuff here. Now, the Nino 1.2 is right now negative 0.3 degrees Celsius. Right, so right now it's actually going down, so we're not actually seeing not too much of a El Nino developing. You want to see that coming from South America, and while the others are all 0.6 degrees Celsius, so this is confirmed a weak El Nino from all three of those regions, except for the 1+2 region. So you see here, there's Nino 4, it's going back up, same thing for Nino 3.4, and that's also for Nino 3. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down, past that, kind of show y'all guys that, past that. This is going to take a while. There's a lot of information to we want to show. That's overall right now. So it's starting to go back up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Now this is below the surface here. So let's see. So there's August on the top, August 21st, September, and right now So this is right now. We got very warm waters in the 3.4 in the 3 region. Now, this is all rising up, but we still got a little bit of cold water just in the 1+2 region as well. So it looks like we'll be seeing an El Nino Modoki very soon, but we can't really confirm that just yet because we're a couple months out. If we go in and scroll down, right, the wind, the trade winds here. This is the wind anomalies. So here's your wind anomalies. This is overall from August 30th to September 28th. See here, they've been a little bit strong for the past a couple months actually. So these trade winds, what they're doing is keeping the waters cool at the surface. And the best area for it's actually right around the eastern side, but not much for the central. So yeah. Alright. There's another thing here. It's going positive. Right here, got some warming trying to come up. Upper heat ocean content there. They got a lot of stuff going on here. Let me tell you. This is going to take a while for me to scroll down. Alright. So this is what's been going on overall for right now. This is the back few years from 2006, and now we're at 2008. So we're about to. Hold on. We're going into. So the observations are not in just yet for July, August, and September. They're not in just yet, but as you can see here, it's been mostly neutral for a while. Okay, here's a graph here. This is just under 70%. It looks like it's gone down quite a bit for December, January, and February. So this chart's been trading down quite a bit so far. Now the probability is these lines here, and the bars here are just the chances. Sorry, I'm not moving too much. So you got your bars. So it's gone down to, looks to be, I would say 67%. No, that's too low. 68, somewhere around there. So those numbers are going down. Alright, so here's all the models here. This is all these models here, everything together. So we want to pay attention to these 3 lines here. It kind of gives you a little bit of an average there. They want to see like what to say below 1. So this is more of a weak El Nino is what they're kind of going for. Not a moderate or strong El Nino. Definitely not. Same situation there. Oh yeah, and this is the NOAA's outlook here. Precipitation, they kind of take off the below average for the Ohio Valley, and now above average is now starting to take over in the west now, and they got equal chances for the southeast. Now they're not really accurate for their forecasts, so, but they still do okay of a job though on their forecast. So yeah, we're done with the ENSO. Let's see here. Now, here we go with a factor that just found during September, and it's called solar minimum activity. Now, here's the graph for it. Here, let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys. Here we go. So we're not right there. This is back in 2017. Right now we're down here. Actually, here let me draw a line here where we're at. We're about here for the most part. We're there at that red line. So don't be focused on here. We're not focus on that. So focus on that red line right there. So that's where we are for the most part right now. What this means here is that whenever the solar cycle sunspot activity, whenever it goes down, the temperatures as well goes down on the Earth. So this makes temperatures go below average, and it seems like it's going to be similar to 2009 to 2010 winter. And for the East, it got hit hard, cold and snowy. So it was very cold and snowy around here. It was a brutal winter for that year. Also, there was an ice storm here where I live in Kentucky. We got hit hard by an ice storm in central Kentucky. And that's why I got way below average temperatures. And the best, wherever I can't go to the analogs, I can't find where it is, but it's just like this for temperatures. The best chance for below average temperatures is either from the northern plains through the Midwest into the Ohio Valley. It's the best area for below average temperatures. When that happens, whenever you have the El Niño Modoki plus that, when the El Niño Modoki happens, most of the cold is right around here. So I may extend the below average temperatures a little bit more to the west. So, yeah. And that's the similar situation for precipitation. When you have El Niño Modoki, it's a lot wetter down here, you know. And safe for snowfall is similar to 2009 and 2010. It was very snowy right around these areas here. You know, and let's see. Okay, now let's go into the Jamstack here. Let me zoom it in for you guys. I think I might have zoomed in a little bit too far there. Alrighty, so this is what's predicted during the fall. It's more of a weak to moderate El Nino kind of thing. And we'll actually show you all what weak to moderate El Nino is. So we got images here. Alright, pretty good example here. This is what a weak to moderate El Nino looks like. It's most likely a pretty good winter for the east for the most part, while it's a little bit mild in the northern plains up into Montana, and it's wet around the California and Arizona area as well. That would be a pretty decent winter for a weak to moderate, but it seems like it's not really trending to that for right now. And if we go ahead and go to, so that's fall. Here we go in winter. So looks like it is trying to trend towards a more of an Easter-based El Nino, but it's getting there a little bit close to an El Nino Modoki. It's a little bit there, but the PDO, which is right up here, it's really a bit confused right now. So it's very hard to predict this year for the PDO. It's really confused. If it's really warm, like right up here in Alaska, that breaks the jet stream down here. Well, it raises the jet stream out in the west and makes it warm and cold in the east. Or you could say the trough in the east. There. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the CFS model. Now, this model here has always been very warm. so it has a tendency to be warm all the time. I heard it's more of a virus or something like that. So there's November, warm, December, warm, January, not too much, but look at February though. Now February, if you all remember what I said, it has a tendency to be warm. But when you see below average temperatures in the east, it looks like it could be a pretty brutal winter for the east, especially for the northeast, because there could be some nor'easters maybe try to come up. Because it does have that little bit of connection here. Same thing for down here as well. And if we go ahead and go back here, I kind of skipped something here. If we look at precipitation anomalies, as you can see here from the Jamstack here, seems like to be above average precipitation for around California, which is a good thing, in Oregon and Idaho, while there's some above average precipitation in the east. So there's some good news there. And also some slight below average precipitation in Texas and Oklahoma area. Alright, let's look at the Madoki index. It's still below 0.5, but it's been rising from time to time. I think that, yeah, that's it from that model. Now if we go ahead to the CFS model again, let's look at monthly total of. So here we are in November. Yeah, December, it starts to be more of an El Nino kind of type of setup here, you know, for December. You know, January, it's really above average for the southeast. And then for February, below average precipitation for a good chunk of the east, and really below average precipitation up in the northwest as well. Kind of disagree on that though, but it does update every single day, so it could change all the time. So yeah, so overall, putting all this stuff together, if we go, so this might look like a mess, but I'll tell you all what all this means. So the blue, so we'll start with the lines. The blue there is the Jetstream, but the green line is the Pineapple Express. Now, the Jetstream kind of gives you the Alberta Clippers, and while the Pineapple Express, so they're both weak, but when both of them come together, they become pretty organized of a storm.